person. So we are actually, our gene as Khoi people is all over the world.
Yeah, obviously, because with slavery and stuff, they came here, bought a few, go to Europe, you work with me here, so that's how we
and
also
they made children.
Yeah.
And remember, the old is already washed out.
Yeah.
That old white is already washed out. I'm telling you, washed out, because it's been infused so much, so bad, that our gene is all over the world.
Yeah.
That is a very, very, very interesting thing I heard. And when I went in and just a bit investigating a little bit more about it, I found out that is nothing else but the truth.
Yeah, that is actually. So that is like a global.
It's global. It's global. It's international. I'm telling you, it is. This is the reason why I'm gonna tell you something. This is the reason why the Khoi people has been fighting for their First Nation status for the longest time.
Yeah. They don't want to give it.
They don't want to give it. They won't give it. You know why?
Why?
We'll dominate.
Yes.
Then domination will happen. But then I'm also fearful.
Why?
For their domination. And you know, I'll be honest with us. And let me be honest with anybody that's listening to this video. I'm telling you, have you ever give a brown person $1 million rand?
Yo, it's dangerous. As you saw, you put it like that. It's not the fact that you're giving it to that person. Number one, now I see stuff because I read about a lot of books, especially finance, because there's a lot of key interest, especially where you need to now in that age, you need to start educate yourself about finances. And if you give someone $1 million, where the person work for the $1 million, it's two different things. Because the person who worked for it, he appreciate it more. But if you
come and tell you something, $1 million is $1 million whether you work for it, just got it. I'm telling you, the end result of, I'm not gonna put everybody classified under this. So please, anybody that wants to come back to me on it, no, I'm not classifying everybody. However, we have a tendency of losing ourselves when we receive too much money.
Yes.
Even if you have a 50,000 rand in the bank, then people think they are so rich that they're above other people. And that's the problem that I have with our people. Once they have the money, then they couldn't care less about people that don't have. That's number one. Then their view of other people become different.
Yes.
Because now I'm a bigger guy with 50,000 rand in my bank account.
Associates us with certain people.
And well, the association is not a problem, because you know what, in life, if you really want to get to the top, you need to actually hang out with top guys to get to, because they will motivate you. That's a strategy. That's the other strategy. But mere fact that when you have so much money, or just that amount of money, it just changes a person. And in our culture, or our ethnic, or however, I've seen it too many times happening, and that is why you go back to the government, and the government, if you give them too much power, then they just mess everything up. Look at the ANC, they gave them the whole world practically at their fingertips. And what do? They line their pockets in, and you know what? Our people is still struggling. Their own people is struggling.
But for me, that we are struggling, and for me what's sad is, if they do speeches, and every time you hear this, the struggle is real, but that guy's eating steak at night. He's not eating pork.
It got nothing to do with your struggle.
Yeah, but that is a sad part. In your speech you're telling, we must fight, we are struggling, but you are eating steak, but I'm eating pork. So it's a difference.
It's a very big difference though. But you do get those people that actually, plunging. I'm not gonna, we can't count them out. We cannot not mention them. I do appreciate everybody that actually put their hand down and say, and give.
These things are coming back. We need to take a break. The discussion is getting very long. So, we're on the Nomsa house, and that it's a bit quite deep, and
It's
to
very
understand for us where we're coming from, and that is actually part how we're gonna go forward. You understand? So that's where I think that is probably part where the foundation came in.
Look, me, identifying with Nama didn't bring the foundation. The foundation was driven basically from my past and the hurt that I've seen in people,
Yes.
and what people do go through. And because I am on the ground, I know what it is. And there's a certain sector of my life that went through it, so out of experience, that's where Khoination came in. Because you have to give back to the community.
Yes.
I'm not a millionaire, I don't have hundreds of thousands of rands, but there's always ways and means. If your heart is there, you can do things for the community. So however, I needed to establish something and just not do something, because people don't really want to, or they're afraid to give. Because of so many fraud that's out there and so many misleading people, you have to go and register yourself, and you have to go do certain things, obviously, to be a registered entity, so that they can identify with you when they do want to give to you. Then they're giving to a foundation.
Yes.
So the Khoination name, it was just the Khoination name because I'm passionate of being a Khoi.
Okay.
I'm happy to be a Khoi, and I don't want to be anything other than a Khoi man.
So that in your vision and mission for
Khoination, it is really for our people, right? To build our people, and for us to make sure that a young person or an adult or a baby gets something maybe they didn't have. You don't know what the impact it could do. So our vision for this part is actually to grow our people, because if you can help somebody by a small thing, you do not know what impact can that do in the future of that person.
Yes.
Who say that person wants to turn out like you? Maybe even better. Maybe that person will have that same heart and grow that within to help other people. And that is how we are supposed to live in life. We're supposed to help people. If you have a little bit, then you give to the next person, and that will drive the next person to give to the next person. And that's how we will have a prosperous community, a prosperous people. Just to take you back, I'm just going to be like, when I'm going to take you back to when we were talking about the white men, when they came here, and the Bushmen. The first thing that Jan van Riebeeck did, the Portuguese did, the French did, the first thing they did, they ended up doing, they put up universities, schools. And in these universities and schools, only white people could attend, no other. So what they did is they empowered their people with knowledge and how to do business and how to manipulate and how to do things. Up till today, they are still in power.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't matter even if they gave the black man the go ahead.
Yeah, we are.
At the end of the day, is that white man has worked out such a good strategy, but he started with building schools for education. For the past 30 years, we have had a different president, different presidency. Give me anything that president built besides his own pocket and his pala farm.
Yeah, but I told you to give recognize for Nelson Mandela to give everybody free. For me personally, what I could see that Thabo Mbeki, he did try to boost our economy, and the rest after that.
My brother, you haven't. If I must go in, I'll touch base on it. But we need to know the real. I met Nelson.
Okay.
In my young days in high school, I met him. He came to our school. There's still a portrait of in high school of him standing there while the class of '95 was there. I'm telling you, after so many years, to find out that that same man that we fought for was our first betrayal.
Okay.
So, that's in your opinion of how you feel about him and how he
It's like you found
aspiration, your aspiration in him.
Yeah.
But what I found out and what I know now is that yes, I was fooled. I was fooled. If you look at Ramaphosa was part of his cabinet.
Yeah, I know. He was
All these years.
He was in, and then he went out.
Yes.
And then he came back now.
But he was all the years there.
Yeah, he was in the background.
Same with Zuma. Same with Mackenzie. The same with now you know.
Yeah, we don't want to go
we're going to politics now.
That's a discussion for another day.
Another, I agree.
We want to go back to your foundation.
Yes. But just to end that part is that yes, Nelson Mandela was our first sellout. When he shook his hand with the white man, which is the Oppenheimers and the Ruperts, they set him up with a nice little cozy little house on the hill, and he couldn't care further.
In the estate where they could have their exit.
No, he has got his own things. They gave him his own things.
Okay.
They gave him his own things. If you don't know about the Nelson Mandela house, you must go find out about the Nelson Mandela house.
Okay.
It's like a couple's retreat. You pay a lot of money that you can spend money, but the man is long time in the ground.
We just want to talk more about the foundation. Is there a website? How can people reach you?
Yeah, we've been online for a long time. It has been a struggle though for us as an organization. So I'm glad. This is one reason why I'm happy to be on Break Free. So maybe the organization can also break free.
Yeah.
So and get the support of the community or people that is able to support. We have a website. It's www.khoination.co.za. It's a website you can go on. Our vision, our mission, everything is on there. You can even donate from our website if you are in the state to donate. You can donate the 5 Rand or 50 Rand, doesn't matter. You can just straight into the business, and that will help so many people. And in our chain of soup kitchens that we have, in our community drives that we do, our social development, we help with the youngsters. Just on that topic, I would like to just say that there's another program that I'm working on.
Okay.
For the community in the schools, which is for young people, young men. It's called Boys to Men 2.0.
Okay. It's not a singing group, no? Not that singing.
No, yeah, you do get the Boys to Men singing group. That's why I'm trying to change, 2.0,
Yeah, I'm just saying because it sounds like you want to start a few Boys to Men groups.
So, it's actually a school drive that I'm working on, where I can have a couple of motivational speakers as a program, and going to all the different schools, starting obviously from one point to the other, but targeting young men.
Okay.
Because if you look at some of our videos that has been online streamed, and people laughing at it, and they think it's a joke, where a boy can hit a girl, men hit women, they find it entertaining. So then they even circulate videos, which is so wrong.
Yes.
And even in those videos, you'll see the other kids, they are entertaining it. They were like, yeah. But my idea is to go to schools to remind young men that yes, they will then once become
a man
of this world, and their purpose in this world needs to be it needs to be in line with humanity, because you a man, you looked at as one of the leaders of this world. So if you're not leading your household, you're leading something. If you're not leading a group of people, at some point you become a leader. Or do you just want to be
A follower?
So you want to follow trends where you can fight and then you're hurting young girls, or from your school when you're hitting a girl. What would you do when you get bigger and you actually get married? Are you going to hit your wife?
Because it's like you said, if you're doing it at that age, it's gonna become part of your DNA.
Yeah, it becomes part of your DNA, and that leads to men that cannot contribute to economy.
Yes.
Because majority of them end up sitting on a corner, waiting for a score, which is a quick drug deal, a quick this, a quick that. Then they go home and then they dominate their woman by hitting the woman, and you know, we can go into so many ways, but to stop it, you really need to stop it at the core, which is the beginning stages, where you have these youngsters, you actually that growth foundation. That is where you have to stop it, because then they become men of society.
Yes.
And that is what you want. Men of society. You don't want, I can't even get to a name that you can put them, but it's just, in Afrikaans I'll say a loafer.
Yeah, ek sien dit. You want to put that back, that values that you, so they can start, if they go out of school, they have that mindset of building forth and building the future for us in the future generations.
So that is my organization's next program that we are working on, which is so if you can assist to the viewers, you can go on to the website www.khoination.co.za, or you can contact me directly 061 077 5613.
So just to wrap everything up, and we always end up with that, is that if someone wants to work in the community, or want to do, or to start even a fund, what motivational words will you give that to that person?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. What? It's like you
out of your experience.
It's like you telling me.
Not that advice, just some inspirational words.
Look, I can, for anybody that wants to start and to do something, you have to have the passion first, and you have to have the heart for it, and that's number one. If you don't, because then you'll end up being for yourself, and it won't be for the people. But if I would give any viewer out there advice of just do something, and when you do it, don't expect in return. And then you know what? Our Almighty is big. He sees low and he does bigger things. So when you do something for the next person, don't expect back, but give it with a good heart. And when you do that, whether how big you do it, you will be rewarded.
Yeah, thank you, Roger, for your time. And yeah, guys, now I need to go back into the book, because this guy is a big portfolio. So yeah, he's a co-founder of Khoination, a day activist, neighborhood chairperson, secretary of Western Cape People, Parks Regional, also Nomsa House. And yeah, guys, please donate, help the community, go to his page, go to his website, and yeah, we can only do by one. Even if you put a 1 rand in, it's gonna make a difference to, and you will also feel better. So yeah, guys, see you on the next video. Please like and subscribe. Have a great time.